Whole family, we all Hebrew Israelites.
Oh, really?
Yeah. My whole family, we all Hebrew Israelites.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
My daddy, everybody. You know what I'm saying? And my daddy be trying to teach me a lot of stuff about it, and also giving me the books to read. You know what I'm saying? Trying to help me gain the knowledge, understanding. You know what I'm saying? And I will overlook it all these years, but I'll be like, I believe in God. I believe in God. I believe in God. But don't really do nothing to, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm in the streets, all this bad stuff happening, all this going on, like my whole life. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's a blessing, sometimes it's bad shit, you know? So it's just like, I don't want to wait till I'm 40 and 50 to get right with God. You feel what I'm saying? I want to build a relationship and know Him now. You know what I'm saying? Especially with all the blessings that's coming in. You know what I'm saying? All the bullshit that's going on. You feel me? I want to get close with Him, really, you know what I'm saying? My whole family, we all Hebrew Israelites.
Oh, really?
Shalom. I'd like to say all praises due unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone, of whom I learned this truth. Peace and blessings to the elect. And this is going to be regards to that rapper that said that his parents are Israelites. You know, he grew up in an Israelite household, but these guys are in the world. You know, they don't want to go and worship, you know, Yahweh Shai, you know, and you know, nigga like that's gonna, you know, it's gonna be judged, right? You know, this guy, stuck it. Yeah, so this guy, you know, he rather become a rapper, be in the street, you know, and you know, that's why the Lord is killing these rappers. You know, they're being judged. You know, every year hundreds of these rappers are dying, right? With that whole drill music, that whole gangster culture. You know, the Lord's not dealing with them, man. And you have to that's why I'm going to get you the scripture. Ecclesiastes 12:1. Make it load. Ecclesiastes 12:1. Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the year draw nigh when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. Right? And me myself, I came to the truth when I was 18. You know, and I was searching, and the Lord opened up, you know, the Lord opened up my eyes to the Lord, and knowing that I'm a Hebrew Israelite, you know, knowing that, you know, we are under the curses, Deuteronomy 28, you know, the curse that we follow, the curses and the blessing that will, you know, that befall us if we obey the Lord, and the curses that will befall us if we disobey, you know, and you know, knowing who we are, knowing that, you know, the so-called that the saints are Israelite, that they're dark skinned, you know, the so-called black men, you know, it was amazing, man. You know, and I've been in the truth going 16 years now. It's gonna be 16 years. You know, I had you know, I was young, you know, so I learned a lot. I learned a lot of you know, I learned a lot from different experiences while in this truth. You know, things to, you know, like things to do and things not to do. You know, so, you know, these you know, but it's set up like that anyways, right? Because that's why it said 2/3 are gonna be cut off and die, because the Lord is only looking for the elect, for the 1/3, and the elect, the 144,000. Right? So if you don't wanna, you know, come before the Lord, you know, and come before the prophets to learn about your heritage, you know, the Lord's not gonna have no mercy on you, man. The Lord just gonna judge you. So, you know, so that rapper, I believe he's from Chicago, you know. I believe like I believe G Herbo, his parents are Israelites, but he's pushing this whole gangster culture, this drill culture. So um more judgment's gonna come on them, man. Because they don't want, because we're telling them who, we're telling them who they are. We're on the street corners all throughout America, throughout we're throughout Canada. We're in Toronto. Yeah, brothers in Toronto, the Greater Toronto area. Yeah, brothers in Montreal. You know, Saskatchewan or Yukon. All throughout the earth. Yeah, brothers in the UK, Holland. Germany. Yeah, brothers all over, man. I'm Australia, throughout the Caribbean, right? Jamaica, Trinidad. You know, so so you can't say that you never heard the truth. You know, you can't say that you never heard the truth, man. Psalm 19:1. The heaven declared the glory of Yahweh, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. Right. So the firmament is the ozone layer, right? And his handiwork, through the different constellation stars, day unto day utter speech, and night unto night show of knowledge, right? So brothers are live streaming, all throughout the internet, throughout YouTube, uh um Rumble, Odyssey, Daily Motion. We had a lot of videos on Daily Motion with GMS Toronto, but they it was deleted, because I don't know why, but basically because of like we're pushing this truth, you know we're pushing the truth. And Daily Motion, they basically they shadow ban that channel, GMS Toronto. So day and night other speech, and night and night show of knowledge, right? So we're making our videos, we're doing our live streams, we're going on the highways and byways. There is no speech nor language, right, where their voice not heard, right? So that's why we have cameras. Brothers are investing in cameras, and or using their phone and streaming and uploading videos, or streaming videos, live streaming videos, man. Other brothers, their line is gone throughout all the earth. The word of the earth, their words are to the ends of the world. In them have he set up the tabernacle for the sun. Right, so the sun is Yahweh Shai, which is the bridegroom cometh out of his chamber, and rejoicing as a strong man to run a race. So the bridegroom, right, is going to be the elect, who's going to marry, is going to marry, us, to Yahweh, and basically, you like you ninjas, man, that there's still grace. There's grace right now, but when grace is over, man, that's it. That's your ass, man. Revelation 7:1. And after these things I saw 4 angels stand on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the winds should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor any tree. Right? And this is the angels is Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and Uriel, right? The 4 archangels. And I saw another angel ascending from heaven, from the east, having the seal of the living power. And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea or the trees. Or the trees are the people, right? till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads. So the 144,000, right? So that's why, um, a lot of the elect is already is being sealed, right? The elect is being sealed right now, and there was a video of I'm not gonna go into it, but there's a video of a brother that was he was doing his live, and he was on the street in a park, and basically a guy, he pulled out a gun, he pulled out a strap, and the brother was very calm. He was very you know he was very calm, right? And basically, the Edomite came, and basically he pulled back the gun again, right? And and then basically the brother tried to calm the situation down, right? And then he pulled out the strap again and tried to cock it back, and there was a strife. There was, they were tuffling, back and forth, right? And he overcame the Edomite, and he grabbed the gun, and he whooped the Edomite's ass, man. Like with his own piece, right? And basically, like we found out, that it wasn't even a piece. It was a BB gun, man. So we as prophets, it says, in this truth, like it says when you come to serve the Lord, like it said that you're gonna present your body a living sacrifice in Romans, I believe. Our bodies are living sacrifice. So anything could happen. So being a prophet, it's not an easy walk. Not everyone's prophets. So I'm just gonna say that, I'm just going in the spirit, not everyone's a prophet, so that when we're out there, anything could happen. We could, like you could go you could go to camp, you could drive, anything, something happens in your car, or you could you could be on the street and something happens. It's real, right? So that's why the Lord, I believe it's Romans 13. How we get it? Present your bodies a living sacrifice. We put on blue there. Living. Yeah, Romans 12 and 1. Romans 12 and 1. I beseech you, brethren, by the mercy of Yahweh, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto Yahweh, which is your reasonable service. So that's why, us going on the highways and byways, making our videos, like that brother, he got millions of views, man, off that incident, man. Right? So, a lot of the elect is gonna come in the last hour, man. Off of watching that video. I'm putting NLT, Romans 12 and 1. And so dear brothers and sisters, I plead you to give your bodies to Yahweh, because of all he has done for you, that let them be a living and holy sacrifice, the kind he will find acceptable. This is truly the way to worship, right? So our worship's not going to church on Sunday or Saturday with the whole 7-day Adventists and Baptists and Pentecost and all this shit, man. No, we're on the highways and byways, man. It says, the Lord, he dwelleth not in temple made with hands. Temple made. Yeah. Yeah, I believe it's in Acts. Well, I can't find it, but the Lord, he said he dwelled not in temple made with hands. So, you know, the temple, is us going on the highways and byways. We are the Zion, with Zion, which means monument. So we are the ones that we are the ones that's standing up, and worshiping Yahweh Shai, and we're telling people, things to look out for. That you get Jeremiah 28 and 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries, against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. So, the prophets always been on the scene from from beginning of time. Genesis, when you go into Genesis, when you go into like Noah, from Genesis to Revelation, the prophets, prophet um Daniel, right? The prophet John, like John the Baptist, John the Revelator, Habakkuk, Mark, Job. The Lord's always dealing with the prophets, man. All right, and he made them go through all kinds of different tests, right? No, it says great kingdom of war. No, like we were under the whole Babylonian captivity, the Greco-Roman captivity, the Medes and the Persian captivity, man. Even unto this day now, we're in this whole Rome 2.0, right? This whole Roman captivity that we're under these damn Edomites, man. So now evil and now pestilence, right? The pestilence, with this whole outbreaks, what Esau has said now, you can't say certain things, otherwise they're gonna clip your videos if you say certain things. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it. So remember now that I created the days that are you. So we're running out of time, right? The mark of the beast is approaching, man. In the UK, they have the digital identification system. Like what they're going to be pushing in the UK. Right? It's going to come here in America, right? And basically, they want to have this whole fourth industrial revolution with this whole where everything going to be as one. Your driver's license, your health insurance, your job, and eventually your social credit score, and the final goal is the RFID implant, which is going to be implemented in your flesh, right? So we're running out of time. Sorry, you are running out of time, because we know things to look out for. The only thing that we have to look out for is the RFID and World War III, and and Yahweh Shai coming, right? Because we are in the time of Jacob trouble, right? And it's gonna get more intense, So like buckle down, if you're a part of a camp, we have to sharpen each other. It says iron sharpening iron, right? We gotta enlighten each other, to build up each other. Yeah. And that's pretty much it, man. So with that, let us shall praise due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Ekakwadash, the barn spots of great millstone. Peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.